everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to cover cupcakes in fondant. I do this a lot when I'm decorating cupcakes, and I decided to do this in its own video so that I can refer you guys back to this and it won't take too much time from other decorating tutorials. So let's get started. So here I have my fondant ready to go. It's already colored. In this case, it's green because that is the color of the cupcakes that I'm going to be decorating. I'm going to take some frosting and a spatula and I'm going to put some on my cupcake. As you can see, I'm spreading it all over, but when I get to the edges, I'm just spreading it in a thin layer. If you put too much on the edges, when we go to put our fondant on, some of it can squeeze out and it can create a messy look if it is a lot. So as you can see, thin on the edges and a little bit doomy in the middle. So I'm just going to take some more frosting and put it right in the middle. I'm just going to focus it right in the center. Now the frosting can really be any color that you want. If you have extra frosting that is, a certain color, you can definitely use that. If you are decorating this with light colored fondant, some of the frosting you will be able to see some of the color. So white frosting is always a safe bet. So now I'm going to take my fondant and just a piece of parchment paper, and this is where I'm going to roll it on. Usually I would tape this to my surface, but this is just very simple, so I'm just going to use it like this. And then here I have a rolling pin. This rolling pin is made for fondant. Fondant usually does not get sticky or stuck to this, and you can purchase this at any craft store or anywhere where they sell baking goods. I bought mine on eBay. So yeah, now I am rolling out the fondant, and we want to roll it out thin, but not super thin. We don't want it to rip while we are applying it to the actual cupcake. I have written out a blog post on some of the frequently asked questions I get about fondant. I will link it down below. Please read that. If you have any other questions, please be sure to let me know. So I'm going to be using this set from Wilton. This is a double-sided circle cookie cutter or cutouts. Basically what you need is a circle that is a little bit bigger than your cupcake. This can be a cookie cutter, fondant cutter, if you have a cap of something that is a little bit bigger than your cupcake, that will work. If you're using something that is not meant for food, make sure that it is well sanitized. For example, the cap that I just mentioned. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut out a circle right out of that fondant that we just rolled. Just going to wiggle it a little bit. So now we have our circle. I'm going to bring in my cupcake and place that circle right on top. And then I start working at the edges. So this is why it's important for there not to be too much frosting on the edges, because as you will see later on in this video, some of the frosting seeped out and yeah, if you have a lot of it seeping out, it's going to create a very messy look. If you have a little bit like I did, then you can just wipe it off with a napkin. I just use my fingers. My hands are always washed when I'm working with food, so you can use your hands. And as you can see, I like to bring in the fondant right up to that cupcake liner. Here's where the frosting was coming out, so you just wipe it off. I just wanted to mention really fast about the reasons for why we use frosting underneath the fondant. A lot of people don't like the taste of fondant, and so if you don't like the taste, then you can always just eat the frosting, which is right underneath. It's very, good for those that don't like fondant. Also, it creates a very smooth primer, I guess you can call it, for the fondant to be put on. So it just creates it and it's very nice and smooth. This is the thickness that I use for the fondant, so it's not too thick, but it also is not so thin that it's going to rip. And yeah, when you're done, you have a nice smooth canvas for you to decorate on. It's very simple once you get the hang of it. It's very easy to do. So I hope you guys found this informative and interesting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Place my dreams among the stars while I'm standing on